Now let's start with the chapter 11, trigonometric function and calculus. Remember, we already studied a limit of trigonometric functions in the partial. Now in 11.2, that is trigonometric function and with differentiation, is basically know that the theorem that has a relation with them. Derivative of sine of x is cosine of x. It doesn't matter the variable, it will be the same result. Derivative of cosine of x is equal to negative sine of x. Here is the proof using the limit definition. Now, when it is tangent, derivative of tangent is secant to the second power of x. Cotangent of x is negative cosecant to the second power of x. Derivative of secant of x is equal to secant of x times tangent of x, and derivative of cosecant of x is negative cosecant of x times cotangent of x. Well, in this situation, you will have the book, or you may have a flashcard you want, you prefer, but university probably will depend on how the teacher want. If you want to memorize, if they want you memorize, or you keep a flashcard, etc. Now, I will solve those exercises. That is the introduction to this lesson. Now, I will solve the exercise number 2. The first one says g of t is pi times cosine of t. Now, remember, pi is a number, is a constant. In derivative, we keep the constant, pi. Now, what is the derivative of cosine? Well, will be negative sine of t. That's it, because there is a theorem that said that. I will take the negative sign apart. It will be negative pi sine of t. That is number 2. Now let's solve number 4. Well, exercise number 4 is g of t also 4 root of t plus 6 cosecant of t. Now, with this one, we have to first rewrite this. Equal to t 1/4 plus 6 cosecant of t. Now, this one, in this step, we have to make the derivative of this part. That is, we send the exponent to multiply. Now, we made a subtraction. 1/4 minus 1 will be negative 3/4. Then we have the constant. We keep it there. And then we have to look in the chart. What is the derivative of cosecant? Derivative of cosecant is negative cosecant of t multiplied by cotangent of t. That's it. Now, we have a negative number here. We may write this one. G prime of t is 1/4. This t is negative. I will keep it like this in the denominator over 1. All the fraction plus, negative. The idea is move the negative number, the negative sign. It will be minus 6 cosecant of t multiplied by cotangent of t. That it is the derivative of number 4. Now let's make the exercise number 10 here. Number 10. In number 10, we have a g of x is square root of x times sine of x here. Now, let's make the derivative. No, sorry, I will rewrite first. It will be x 1/2 of sine of x. Now, the derivative of this, here is a multiplication. Let's multiply this part. Now, remember, we may do the quotient rule, the product rule, u times b. I will do it, remember, in the quotient rule, in the product rule, it doesn't matter the order, it will be, I will make u times b prime plus u prime times b in this one. What is u? U is x to the 1/2 power. What is b is sine of x. Now, what is u prime? Will be 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. What is b prime? Well, we have to look for the rules, and the derivative of sine is cosine of x. Now, we know this. We already have the parts. Let's go to organize in the derivative using the product rule. It will be g prime of t is equal to u, the original u, is x to the 1/2 power. Now, the other part is b prime, that is cosine of x times cosine of x plus the derivative of u prime, or u, that means 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 power, times the original b, that is sine of x. Basically, that it is the derivative here, but we have a common factor. Dx is in common. Let's take the common factor. Remember, we take the lowest degree, that is negative 1/2 x to a negative 1/2 power outside. Here will be, in this part will be 1/2 minus negative 1/2. That at the end that will be 1/2 plus 1/2. That will be x to the 1 power times cosine of x plus 1/2 x to a negative 1/2 power is outside. Now we have this. And that is the simplest form of this one. Now, I will solve number 16 here in this part. 16. Now, number 16, we have to use, you notice, cosine of t divided by t to the 3rd power. Now, in this exercise, we have to use the quotient rule. Remember, the quotient rule says that we have u divided by b. Then we have to make the denominator will be b to the 2nd power, and the other part in the top will be b times u prime minus u times b prime. Now, following this pattern, it says that u is equal to cosine of t and b is equal to t to the 3rd power. Now, u prime will be negative sine of t, and b prime will be 3t to the 3 minus 1 will be t to the 2nd power. That it is. Using this one, we have to make the chart with information. We will have f prime of t will be equal to b original, that is t to the 3rd power, multiplied by u prime, that is negative sine t, minus a derivative of b. That means it will be prime 3t to the 2nd power multiplied by the original u, that is cosine of t. Now, over t to the 2nd power, that will be t to the 6th power. Basically, that is the derivative. But let's take the common factor here. And this one will be f of t is equal. I will take the negative outside also, and the t to the 2nd power outside, and here we'll have sine of t times t, because I will erase this part. What is left if I take t to the second power times t to the third power is t times sine of t. Plus, we have a 3 here, cosine of t, over t to the 6th power. Now, it's obvious that we may simplify here, and we get a 4 in this part. It will be f of t. F of t is equal to t to the 4th power, in the top, negative t, big parenthesis, negative t sine of t plus 3 cosine of t. If that is the derivative of this.